everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Kane's poker face.
No tells whatsoever.
No tells.
That was actually, I like the fact that he did that.
Yeah.
I think players out of the game shouldn't really tell what's going on in the game, even though he was called out. I like the fact that he didn't give any signal whether he had it or not.
Yeah. No,
because right away, everyone looked at Kane, and Kane's just like,
"Who, me? What are you talking about? Me? No, not me."
Well, he's good at it. He's good at
I'm
that.
bad at this game.
He had his girlfriend. Watch him. Make sure you tell me what my tells are.
I forgot about that.
so that when I sit in jury.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I did too. But anyway, yeah. So this week's episode was called "Full Tilt Boogie." Another spectacular title.
Another Jeff title.
Applause to Jeff.
Yeah. So what do we think about this? It was,
chaos.
Franny was the right choice. Clearly.
Oh yeah.
It was the right choice.
When she won that reward challenge, I go, Franny.
Mm-hmm. She didn't need
to win it. You have to lose that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was her problem. That was her.
Maybe she thought she was going to get a letter from Matt. I don't know. Has been 4 days since they've been together or something like that.
Yes, surprise! She'll get to hear what he has to say firsthand.
I mean, she knew she was out of the loop on the last vote.
Yes.
Why would you go win the reward challenge? Because it doesn't matter. I don't care who you bring with you. Only Carolyn was the one that was swayed by it. The rest of the people, they're to win. If they can get some food out of you, a good night's sleep, they don't care. There's none of this where you're maybe early on in the game, maybe first season, second season, but not anymore. People don't. It doesn't matter who you bring.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was
rarely gives you loyalty. If anything, I mean, the better players, the more savvy players are going to tell you you want to not win that. You don't want to have that responsibility. It just makes a huge target on you. There is no playing that to your advantage. Yeah.
I've been saying for years, if I was on the show, I would never try to win a reward challenge ever. Yeah, I've been saying that for as long as I can remember. I just say, what's the point?
Yeah, I feel like we talk about this every season. Like, you don't want to be the person that wins that. And that person
I'm talking about any of them. I'm talking about any of them.
Very true.
You're far better off just being in good with whoever does win it. I mean, get picked to go, like, that's the real competition. In those challenges, the real competition is if you get picked to go or not. You're not playing to win that. It's a horrible idea. It's horrible. But Franny clearly has a weakness for winning. So, I mean, it caused her ally in the game to be gone because she didn't step down. And then she hurt herself with this. So, boo, Franny. I was really rooting for you. But.
Even though she was close to the immunity challenge.
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
But Carson is amazing with the puzzles, so.
That looks like a much more difficult puzzle than, the tree that has the same pieces
every single time. Yes. But no, it was, overall, it was a good episode. Even though it felt chaotic also, and not in like the good way, like last week felt chaotic. It kind of felt like in the end, that it felt like a misdirect. Like it wasn't even subtle. It was like, why would they vote out Heidi? Like when she's literally right there. Like, why is Jamie not coming up when she was previously mentioned as being a threat? Danny even. I mean, Danny's a pretty big, not even personality on the TV show. He's a pretty big presence and personality on the beach. Like
he would have been my vote. He would have been my vote for this week. I mean, it's
absolutely
his main competition in most of the challenges is Franny.
Right.
Well, he was able to get Franny off, voted out.
Yep.
So
and that needs to make him the number one target. And it seems
But I don't think they will.
No, I feel like we get like what every 2 rounds of this game we get somebody playing who should be an obvious target right from the word go, and then they just keep letting that person go longer and go longer and go longer, and it seems really obvious to us every time. So I would love to know, why does it never seem that obvious to the people that are there? Like, why, if the person is calling the shots at every vote and the vote is going the way that the person who's calling the shots is going, if they're coming in second, third, or first in every competition,
right?
What more do you need? Is it just fear? Are people just that terrified that they don't want to be on that person's radar? Like, what is?
I think they think they can take him out at any time. I think that's what I think. But I don't know. He has an idol, but they don't know it, right?
They do not know this.
And he rolls. I mean, that's the thing too. It's not like he's like a humble winner, right? He's literally doing flips in the middle of his challenges. Like, hi guys, I'm here. Do you see me? I mean, I don't get it.
I'm here to win. I want to be one of the best.
He's not Gablering this game. Like, he's right in the front. Like, me, I win.
I mean, I don't know if he can win the game, but I would definitely take him out because he's controlling the game.
Yes.
Yes. So this was also a kind of weird misstep that we saw from Carolyn tonight, in that usually, and even tonight, like, her instincts are very good. She's on top of things, but she was definitely blinded by Franny.
Well, she also shows her emotion when things don't go her way. And again, you have to just kind of go, okay, be like Kane's poker face. Okay, it didn't go my way tonight. And she's steaming. She could tell when they get back from tribal, she's gonna go off on somebody.
I think
she's angry.
I thought it was interesting that they were more worried about her. What's the right word? They were more worried about her reaction, but in that, not even losing her as a number, but like losing her as an alliance mate, which means they still think that she's pretty core to their games, right?
Yeah. Which is, I don't know. It kind of blows my mind, because it feels like every time we see the three of them talking, it seems like there's always like, no, we shouldn't do that. Like, it always seems like there's more disagreement than there is agreeing. I mean, sometimes at the end we see, okay, they voted together, but it cracks me up because this, like, it's three people and they can't ever get on the same track when the camera.
I know, it's kind of wild, isn't it? But also just kind of goes to show that's the game.
So everyone voted for Franny except obviously Franny and Carolyn.
Voted for Heidi, and then let's see,
there was a vote for
Sherry
Danny
Shani has voted. So I believe Heidi voted for Danny, but Sherry has posted it in the chat. We're joined live tonight. Yes. So it looks like Carolyn and Heidi both voted for Danny.
Okay.
And who are the two votes?
Well, who voted for Heidi?
There were two Heidi votes, and I know that one of them was Franny.
I thought it was.
So I thought it was Carolyn too. I think because I saw that the two of them, and then Heidi
who voted for Danny?
Heidi.
Now, why would Heidi vote for Danny?
Because she
was
thought
left out.
The sanctuary girls were voting for Danny.
Unless she's trying to.
Well, I think Franny, Carolyn, Lauren, I think the conversation that they had in the sanctuary was that they were putting their votes on Danny. And I don't think anybody said to her, oh, well, you came over and said stuff, and that freaked everyone out, so change of plans.
Right. Yeah, we were all just kidding.
It freaked Carolyn out.
Yes, it did. Yes,
again,
but
she gets upset. I mean, she's right. Getting rid of Heidi or Danny would have been a better choice, I think. Well, Franny, she's winning the competition, but she has no alliance with anybody.
Right.
Carolyn was still trying to figure out who tied those knots. Who did this?
Again, who was terrible in the challenge? Carolyn.
Oh, poor Carolyn.
I thought she was gonna. I
gosh.
thought she was gonna go on the wrong net too.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting when with the very first challenge where it was pouring rain. It looked like they had balls. I mean, they had balls. It looked like they had sacks of balls, which I guess they did have sacks of balls. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say here.
I don't know what you're trying to say, Jeff.
It's layered. It's layered.
But it was. Did anybody else catch that line where Jeff was like, "You could have margaritas and virgin margaritas if you're under 21."
Yeah, I wrote it
They
down.
wanted to be like, and in recovery, you have, you know, somebody's very out about being sober. It would be nice to actually acknowledge that you're doing this not just for people who legally can't drink, but for people who choose not to.
Especially when she's been so open about it. Yeah,
Exactly.
If it was something that she didn't want the world to know, then yeah, I get it. But she's been very open about it, so I don't. Oh well.
I feel
Who's under 21? Is Carson under 21?
Okay. Yeah, he's like 19 or something. Isn't he?
And I was like, oh, well, that takes care of our theory that maybe he drank too much with his peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, right.
No hangover for him. Or maybe he did, and Jeff was like, calling it out.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe it was more like that. However, after Jack recommended it last Wednesday, Jay and I have 2 episodes left of Jury Duty. And there is that episode in which the dude from Sex Lives of College Girls actually accidentally gets drunk. Really fun show if you haven't watched it yet.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. But yes, let's see. Oh, okay. Elena says Heidi didn't like that Danny said that he didn't need her vote. Which, as soon as he said that, my brain immediately went to, ooh, is this mean that Danny's getting voted out? Because it was truly rude. Like it was rude.
A little bit.
Like,
well, that's Danny's weakness. I think he's very blunt. And he's very, he's just like, I mean, he's good at lying. But when he's talking to you, he talks to you like it's like when him and Brandon were talking about their tattoos and completely ignoring Caroline.
Yeah,
Caroline. He just gets kind of focused sometimes, and I thought the same thing. That's not something to say to someone in your alliance,
right? Like
you're not really needed anymore. I got other friends. You're no longer my friend.
Yeah, it was one of those. Oh, there's got to be a better way to say that.
He's got to be an only child. Like this is an only child.
Or he says something like, okay, maybe we split the vote. Maybe you vote a couple votes this way. We got enough people on this side. This way we split the votes in case someone pulls out an idol. Yeah. That's how you say it. You don't sit there and say, I mean, why not just let her vote the same way?
And also, Jamie, I need to go back and correct that for a moment. He's not an only child. He's just a New York a-hole. I mean, it's that simple. There's no psychology behind it.
This is location.
I have to say, I agree with you because I know a lot of people from New York. So.
Yeah, we're all like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Those
that go get away and go through therapy and. I said this on Twitter, and I know I've talked about it on here before about how Carolyn makes me feel like seen, but like in like therapy today, I totally brought up Carolyn, and I was like, I just want to be open in my authentic weirdo self, just like this lady on Survivor. Do you?
So the show. So you think you're someone from Survivor? Okay.
She did. She has a notebook just like that too. No, she really does.
Tell me more about this Carolyn.
And as she writes in it, sometimes I'm like, does she have a notebook just on me, or is that like a notebook that she uses for everyone? And like, she doesn't have tabs.
Would it be embarrassing if she brought out like a big thick notebook? That she comes up, just slams on the table, all the coffee spills over.
I would feel.
Oh, this is just chapter 1.
I would be flattered.
There is something that I just love about the idea that the therapist decides to tune in Survivor tonight to just see who you were talking about and who you
were like
resonating with. And it's this lady screaming as she's dizzy running and going, "Who tied these knots? Who did this?"
Yeah,
it's the best.
Good times. No, but I really did. I was like, I
You
just
should've-
want to
you
let
should-
my weirdo flag fly, but
Just
I'm a
direct
mom, so
her
I feel like
to
I
the-
can't because the other moms will judge me.
Just
Um,
direct her to the pants on fire hidden scene, and
Oh God, the pants on fire hidden scene is absolutely amazing. If you
Who's
guys
that?
haven't watched it,
The Jam Jam said, "Are your pants on fire?" Oh, they are.
which is funny because she's the least likely to lie. I feel like if Josh's pants had been on fire, it would have been very apropos.
Now,
no, they're not. No, they're
if
not.
someone, here's a question. I just thought of it. If someone's pants are on fire that you're not in alliance with, do you let them burn?
I feel like there's an etiquette that transcends alliances, and somebody's personal property being on fire, especially ones that cover their butt.
What
might
about Rupert
be-
when it's stealing I'm a pirate, stealing the shoes? I mean, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Or Sandra throwing in.
Yeah, but the
Russell's hat.
shoes, you could get back the shoes. There's a difference between somebody's clothing burning.
It's like when Michael fell in the fire. Should anyone have pulled him out?
If they
Well, knowing what we now know about
If
him,
they
maybe
don't
not.
know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. You always,
No, I would let him stay in there, knowing what I know now.
somebody.
But I'm just saying, it's that thing. It's a game, and if someone doesn't have their pants, right? They're a little colder
She
at
plays
night.
better without her pants on. It would
I was
only
gonna
benefit
say-
her
No,
alliance.
no, she.
I don't
No,
know about
no,
Carolyn.
she doesn't.
No, she really doesn't. She really doesn't.
She might be the worst person in challenges that's gotten this far and could
for
win the
her.
game, right?
See, I want to
Except-
see
This is a
Carolyn.
special club for it, sure.
I want to see Carolyn in a eating gross bugs challenge.
Yes. Oh, that'd be
That would be
I think
fun.
I
TV.
think she'd probably throw up.
I would be fun TV to watch, though.
I mean, I'm seriously. She's literally she's the worst.
Oh,
in
no,
these challenges.
she's not good at challenges, but yes.
No, I'm saying challenge anything. I mean, anything else. She's great TV,
Mhm.
and I want her to win, but she's terrible in the challenges.
But it's kind of like the best thing she could be for herself and this group of chaotic players, because she just, I mean, yeah,
Not a
again,
target.
it sucks. Yeah, it sucks because they keep overlooking her. But the fact that she like has her emotions on her face all the time, that could really hurt her. But because she's, still screaming in the background in a net, no one's paying attention to the faces she's making. It's the best move for her.
Did Franny going home and her kind of bonding with Franny, did that help? Could that have given her 2 votes? Because Franny and Matt's going to do whatever Franny wants.
Sure.
If she goes, no, we're voting for Carolyn, he's going to vote. There's no way he doesn't vote the same way.
Yeah, he'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
So,
you don't even
I
have
mean-
to tell me why. You're right.
Because Franny was frustrated because the last couple of weeks nobody has included her in the thing
Right.
except Carolyn. Carolyn
Yep.
was included. So did she just get 2 votes from tonight if she makes it to final 3?
Maybe. I hope so. So actually, speaking of Matt, Chris in the chat, we have a lively chat tonight, said, was it me or did Matt have a smile on his face when he
100%.
realized Franny was headed to Ponderosa? I don't
He had-
think that's the only place he had a smile, Chris.
I was going to say he had something.
He was excited she was going to Ponderosa.
You could say that, yes?
Yes, I could, and I did.
And I did. Yeah, he
Um,
wasn't disappointed for her.
No.
It's surprising. No, it's not. It's not surprising. It's surprising that to lose Franny this early, it feels like. Just because, but because she seemed like she was in tight, like, because Danny saved her. So it's interesting.
Yeah,
You would
and then
burn
he
an
turned
idol
around
to-
and was like, "Bye, lady."
But
Yeah.
I think he saved her to get rid of someone else, right?
Yeah,
Brandon?
but-
Was that the Brandon vote? Gosh.
Yeah,
it's-
I think he wanted to get rid of Brandon. And then plus he wanted to show, I think he was trying to help his resume.
Yes. Yes.
It
yes.
was. It
I mean,
was
what
different.
other big moves have we had this season that someone can say, "Oh, that was a big move"? I mean, really, you can't really.
Does it really count as a? I mean, I don't know. I guess if it.
Well,
if you really
I'm
wanted
saying
it
this
bad enough, but
as
I mean,
far
to
as this
turn around
season
and-
goes. As far as
to
the
turn
season
around
goes,
and
that's
throw her
a
off.
big move.
Ooh, non sequitur, but how hilarious was it when Jamie was like, "This is the worst thing that could happen to my game is my idol is gone," and I'm like, "Jamie girl, that is literally the best thing that happened to your game."
And they still
because
keep putting
it
up
was
fake idol.
fake. I know.
I'm still pissed that no one's going to play a fake idol. I'm just.
I know.
really sucks.
It's such
If you're going to have the
glorious
damn
setup.
things, let someone play it.
Yeah, it really sucks. I did put a note down here on what Jamie said in her confessional, though, because I like paused it and I looked over at my husband and he's like, "What did she say?" So I know I wasn't the only one here, but she said that she's talking about her idol leaving with Kane. But then she says, "Okay, so now I either have to come clean to everybody about my idol, or I need to go find another idol." And I'm thinking, like, how, I don't know. To me, that, like, it just shows again the chaos in this game, like the chaotic thinking of Jamie, where it's
Well-
like you either have to come clean or you have to go find another idol. Like, either way, the target is there, but like you could possibly come clean and like convince people, like but no, she
Did-
couldn't, because she's
Did people
horrible.
know? Did people know?
She
Did people
couldn't.
know she had an idol other than
Carter's the only one who
Carson,
knew.
Carson.
Or Carson. I
Carson.
mean, he told a few people, but
But
I
did
don't
she?
know.
Did she know that?
No, she told them.
no.
He told her that Kane is the
Kane
one that
had
told
said it.
everybody about
Mhm.
it, which was actually quite
Brilliant.
brilliant.
Yep.
But
If
what
you're
I'm
not
what
in
I'm
the
saying,
team
what I'm
anymore,
saying,
use 'em.
why did she have to come clean?
That's what I mean. That's why I said I'm like, I'm so confused by what she thinks she has to do.
The whole
Like,
idea of an idol is for protection. So let people think I have an idol, maybe I play it.
yeah,
Mm,
or
I mean,
you
I
know,
wouldn't say anything.
or whatever the choice is, just like, if you don't, you can just not tell people unless they come to you and talk to you about it, but you still should go look for an idol regardless. I mean,
Right.
if they're gonna pin you for having one, you should probably have one.
yeah, right. It was hilarious that no one believed her. She was like, "No, seriously,
did.
guys, I swear."
Nobody
I don't think-
believed her. Not
After
even
tonight, I don't think she has a chance to win.
Oh my gosh. Well,
She's not
I
really
mean,
like she said. Is she playing the game? I mean, it doesn't seem like.
I don't know what she's doing. I don't know. I don't know. And the thing that is amazing is that she didn't know she had the fake idol. She didn't know that it was Carson that said everything. She didn't know what to do or how to convince people that the idol was gone. And she believes that she has convinced everybody that the idol is gone. And I've never
So
seen someone
funny.
be so off the mark in their own game. And it's like,
So funny.
just somebody could
So,
someone
so you're
just
telling
let
me
her
she's
know?
winning it?
Yeah, there you go.
And then when she said that at Tribal, when she was like, "Oh, and it's kind of like my idol that I don't have anymore." And, why are you still talking about this?
Stop
Like,
bringing it up.
Oh my gosh. This
Yeah.
girl.
Right now, I'd bring her in as my goat if I could. She'd be my person. I'd definitely take with me to the final three.
That's why I
Yeah,
said she's going to walk into the final three, guys. Just watch out. Watch out.
I kind of am starting to think that you're right.
Somebody's got to. I mean, it is pretty rare that we have three people and all three of them have earned their way there with like hard work and maneuvers and winning a comp. No. There's always one.
And
Yeah.
that's the smart play. You have to bring someone along who you don't think is going to get any votes. Of course, the last two seasons, that person's won, but
Right.
Yeah.
so. But I'm just going by what we've seen from Jamie. Again, what we've seen, I don't think there's any chance she can win. But again, who knows?
Agreed. No, I agree. I don't think based on what we've seen that Jamie's winning this game. I still think that our top three contenders are Carson, Jam Jam, Carolyn, with Heidi as an outside possibility, because all we see is Carson, Jam Jam, Heidi. I'm sorry, Carolyn. That's all we see. We have other characters monologuing about how much they love Carolyn. Like even Jam Jam in his tonight, he was like, well, we don't want to make her mad. She doesn't react well to it. Like even that, like he's still giving her like a backhanded compliment at the same time. Like, so yeah. But how about Carson? Like, still playing an awesome game.
He's a smart kid.
Also, he totally got the like epic rising into his villain, like his villain role, like shot with the bonfire and the slow-mo and
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, all right. So he's having to make some moves against, his close people in his alliance. I think he's clearly the one that she's yelling at next week.
Carolyn?
Yes.
Yeah, but he did say, he goes, okay, I can't commit to it because I don't like these last minute changes. So he was being, I think, kind of honest with her. I mean, you don't want to keep changing at the last second because, there's still a lot of people left in the game. So if you go, okay, I'll finally go with you. And then now I'm hanging out, of course he had his idol, he had protection immunity idol, but
well, he should pay attention to how chaotic everything in his game is going and just roll with it at this point.
I think even if Carolyn starts yelling at him, that doesn't hurt him because people expect that from Carolyn.
And I don't think it means that Carolyn's going to write him off entirely either. I mean, she's gotten super irritated with Jam Jam before.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, she may just be like, got to yell about it and then be like, don't do that to me. And then that's it.
Sometimes we get frustrated.
She was fuming though. She was ticked off.
Do you guys think that Franny made the right choice? Speaking of moms, with who she ended up taking to the reward challenge?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it would have necessarily mattered. I am a little bit disappointed that she didn't bring Danny though, just as the whole like, thanks for saving me last week move.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but I don't know.
But I like the mom thing. I like that she got all the moms, letters from their kids. I have to appreciate
But the thing is, I don't think Danny cared about Danny didn't care about the letters.
Danny doesn't care about anything.
Danny would be like me. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I wanted to see my family, but I want to win the game. So yeah, I don't really need the letters. But what I think though is why you don't take Danny as her biggest competitor has been Danny. Why give him a good night's sleep? Why give him some food? Why, where he could, because she doesn't know it's going to be a puzzle challenge where Danny's not good at it.
Sure.
And Carson just rips right through it.
I mean, and Danny, to be fair, Danny like flew through that challenge until
it got to the puzzle.
Trying to a halt at the puzzle, but
he always does really well with those puzzles, though.
Carson?
I'm sorry. Danny always does really well at the physical parts of the challenge.
Yeah. Right.
That's
what I meant.
He flew.
Yeah, he was way out in front. I said, "Oh wait, there's a puzzle challenge ahead."
Boo. Yeah, I don't think she made a bad choice. I mean, honestly, in the way that the women were all talking, I was like, "Ooh, this could be an exciting thing to have happen."
Right, a mom's alliance.
But as per usual, one female in the group is like, I think it's the other one we need to get rid of. I'm points at the other girl. No, just work together. We need this.
I know.
We need it so bad.
Again, I don't think it's mattered in years who you bring. Like I said, she swayed Carolyn.
I think she.
But one wasn't enough.
No. I think she swayed Carolyn before that, though. Like, I think as soon as she embraced Carolyn's like weirdness and told her, "I embrace your weirdness," I think that's what all it takes with Carolyn. Like, I see who you are, and I love it. Just keep doing that, But I mean, I don't know. A virgin margarita might be the key. I for a split second, the face she was making, I was like, "Oh my god, did she accidentally grab the alcohol one?"
Oh,
No, okay. She just really loved it. It was delicious, and she just needed a moment to pause on it. Okay.
I get it. Okay, anything else that we need to talk about from this week's episode before we move into the tally the votes? Let me scroll through my notes real quick, make sure that there is nothing else here that we didn't really cover.
No
I did
feedback?
like the what?
No feedback?
Oh, I didn't even check. My bad.
While you check on that, I was just going to say when Carson was talking about doing the 3-3 split and then like revoting on the tie. So if they were really seriously looking at possibly committing like a 3-3 revote just to flush this idol out, then they're all pretty damn convinced that the idol exists still. I would think.
Right.
Do you think that Jamie's going to be like up there as a split again going forward? Or, I mean, is there anything she can do to convince them it doesn't exist?
If she's not a threat to win the game, why do you care if she has an
I guess
idol?
they don't really care.
Because they're worried that she'll use it to idle them out.
Could be, yeah, but it's just like just have her vote with you. Just tell her how to vote.
I think she would be an easy person to sway no matter. Like, I feel like they could just throw some compliments about how smart she is in this game and that they really want to work with her, and that's all it'll take.
Yeah, because the way she's playing to survive, obviously Survivor, but she's playing. I don't have an idol. I don't have an idol. Don't vote me out because I don't have an idol.
Playing not to lose.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, that's it. I don't know. I can't see where they don't get her out of their, side eye if they really truly believe that. How can you prove it? How can you prove that you don't have this idol unless they try to flush something you don't have?
Right.
Or what she just says is, okay, I'm going to play. I think I'm in trouble. I'm going to play it on the next vote.
Yeah.
That's why you said that's why you don't ever say you don't have it. Once people think you have it, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Say, okay, if everyone thinks I have it, I'm just going to play it tonight.
And you're running a gamble that they're going to try to flush it, and that you don't have anything to protect yourself if your numbers.
Well, like Colleen said, you don't want to be the reason that trying to get rid of. They don't want to get, idled out. So that people say, oh, she's going to play it tonight. Well, then we got to vote for this person.
Yeah, we
votes on her. I mean, what do you have to lose at that point if you think that you're going to get voted out?
Yeah.
You want people to think you have an idol just so you can say, hey, I'm going, especially when the numbers are this low, I'm going to play my idol tonight. And then everyone's also, well, do we risk voting for her when she has her idol? I mean, they, like we saw, they obviously believe she has it. So.
It's going to be so ridiculous when, I don't know. No, I thought a lot of things with Jamie were going to be so ridiculous, and none of them are going to come to pass. So I'm just done making Jamie predictions.
We're an elusive group, us Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. You guys are nuts.
You never know. You never know.
DM Rocks asks, how do we feel about how Heidi is playing the game?
I don't know how much I think Heidi's playing a fine game.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen like a super lot of it, but what we see from her, she knows what she's doing.
Does she have an idol?
Yes. Doesn't she?
I thought she had an idol.
She might. Let me look. I don't know if I marked this down or not.
Did she find one last week and she said she wasn't going to tell anybody about it, which we were like, thank you. Somebody that's actually smart about this.
And that's rare.
I think Heidi is playing a pretty good game. The only danger is that a few people have, like tonight, we noticed that they say, oh yeah, no, Heidi's really on top of this game. So whatever she is doing or whoever she is communicating with, she's kind of showing some of her cards. But I don't think she's playing a bad game.
Right.
She seems very level-headed for whatever that's worth.
But does she have an alliance? Does she have the... I mean, the only one she's been working with is Danny.
Right. I don't think she has a solid alliance. I think her alliance is very fluid. And she does kind of have a little bit of danger to her, which might work in her favor. But as they were saying tonight, it's like we always think we know what we're going to do before we go to tribal, and then Heidi says something, and then everything gets all messed up. If she can recognize and harness that power, man, she will be playing a killer game. But it could backfire if she doesn't know how to control it.
Right. That's a good point.
They certainly seem to take whatever she says like in very high regard, because tonight what she said, I mean, sure, could raise a little bit of eyebrows, but was it worthy of everybody re-scrambling? I don't know, but they thought it was. So I think
she told Carolyn, and then Coach
yeah.
Carolyn. That's you always have that person where you don't want to tell someone's secret, you don't want to tell something. But there's always that one person you go, okay, I can tell this person, and they'll do it for me.
Right.
So I think Heidi went to Carolyn knowing that Carolyn was going to get mad and go, well, this is stupid. We're not doing this. and Carolyn went off and tried to sway people her way, and it didn't work. But I think that's what Heidi was doing. Why she told Carolyn.
Yeah. I don't know why people don't. Yeah, we've talked about this, but I don't know. I wish that we saw more people respect Carolyn as a player of the game. I think it's one of those they won't until they see the game she's playing. And look at Marianne. They all liked her, they were like, oh, that's a good point. Stop talking, but they liked her enough, she's a little bit goofy, she's a little bit different, but it wasn't until she was there in final tribal and she laid it all out in one of my most favorite, stand for yourself moments in Survivor history. Cause it's like, she laid out every point and then went, right after, and then laid out another point, and then their eyes start opening. If Carolyn can get that across, then that makes you a winner. Yeah, that's a great point.
I wanted to do this. You guys did, that's why. Anyway, but I like with Marianne, she was, like you said, she was so wacky and goofy and, kind of obnoxious because she wouldn't stop talking. But then when they merged, she went click, and it's almost like it was planned. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get through this because I'm not going to be a threat. And then she went and played an excellent game.
Yeah. I mean, and she did things that went unnoticed as far as the intellect that she was using. But she'd tell us, oh, I can cry. I can have emotions. I can use crying as my favor. Like, they don't have to know that it's not real.
What's going to hurt? What's hurting Carolyn is as far as she's not able to. What has she done to get people? What has her been?
And yes,
I mean, she can say, like I was going to say, she can say, well, we should have voted this way. Well, why weren't you able to convince people to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to hurt her. She has to do something, like take out Jam Jam or something. She has to do something.
She has to orchestrate something important in the game where she doesn't have that at the end to defend what she did. She can sit there and say, oh, I did this and I said this and I said this, but nobody listened.
It depends on who she goes to the finals. It depends on who she goes to the finals. If she goes to the finals, if she goes with Jamie and even Jam Jam, I mean, it's just, okay, who's the more likable?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
mm-hmm.
right.
I mean, because at this point in the game, I can see that Jam Jam's only defense in the end is going to be they put my name down, so I put their name down.
Yeah.
That's it.
To be fair, that's a defense that people respect in the game.
But you've got to make sure that you can back it up with how you made writing their name down get them out of the game.
Right. How it positively affected your game.
Yeah. Right. And Carolyn's got to get a little bit better on explaining why somebody should listen to her. Just like she told them, Josh's idol isn't real, it's fake, but she did not do a good enough job explaining why they really thought it was a fake. Because if she had, we witnessed it, we were convinced, but she could not give that to them.
Yeah.
Right. And Jam Jam could always say, yeah, well, I said it too.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. I
I said it was fake. So.
It was me. I am the one.
Tell Josh I want him to know it was me.
It was me. He put my name down. Again, I still think Carolyn's biggest problem is she doesn't hide her emotions when things don't go her way.
Yeah, that's hard.
And that's hurting her in the game, because people are like going, because even like you said, Jam Jam said, okay, we don't want to get her mad. You know.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever reason, Jam Jam really does. I guess Carson too. Like they really feel like they need her in their numbers. I don't know.
I can see why Jam Jam needs Carolyn as
yes,
I can absolutely see that. He doesn't have a big,
No, but Carson, I could see why he was like, he could be like, yeah, but it might be worth it. It makes sense.
Right.
I don't know. We all want her to win though, so whatever.
I was gonna say
they better get their butts on board with this plan.
Yeah, we're all a little bit biased here, but we admit our bias.
Yes.
So, okay. Real quick to the chat, and then we're gonna go into some feedback. Chris said, "What about Yam Yam's Jam Jam's celebration shake when he finally got to the puzzle? It reminded me of Richard Hatch's celebration dance after his first challenge win in season 1. It was great. I love Jam Jam.
Did Richard Hatch have clothes on that time?
No, probably not."
And then DM Rock says, Carson and Lauren are the only ones who have not had their name written down. And Jamie. Really? Jamie hasn't? Interesting.
Well, she never wrote down. She never wrote down Jam Jam. So
true. That's a good point. All right, let's stop. Take a quick commercial break right here, and when we come back, we'll have feedback and tally the votes. Okay, we're back. We have an email from Mandy, and she says,
Mandy.
I didn't want Franny to go. There's a lot of talk in the Survivor streets about Carolyn, Jam Jam, and Carson making the final 3. Oh, really? Spoiler alert. Before today, I thought, it's possible, but now I'm not really buying it being possible. Interesting. Also, after seeing the next week on, there's a scene with Carson and fire. Does he win or lose in the fire making? Actually, I noticed that too. There's this really cool shot in the next week on Survivor where the fire is in his glasses. I didn't think of that. I just thought, oh, maybe this is like to symbolize his game blowing up, but that would be pretty cool too if that was symbolizing him losing at fire.
To Jam Jam, probably, because Jam Jam just has to look at the fire pit and it ignited. Like, he's so good at it. He just like, whoosh, that fire was up.
He's like, the fire pit wrote my name down.
I will show it.
You don't write my name down.
I love it.
Okay, let's head into, thank you, Mandy, for that email. We love emails. Next time, join us if you can. Let's head into the tally of the votes, though. So as far as tally points go, I had Franny in my final 3. You both had her making the merge, which puts Jamie at 7.5 points. Jack and I tied at 6 points.
Jack. I had Lauren.
None of us had Franny going home. Jack and I both had Lauren, and Jamie had Danny.
And Lauren didn't get a vote again.
So, who do we think?
I think Danny's secretly working with Lauren now.
Yeah, I kind of agree. They had a vibe.
Yeah.
But what do I know? Okay, who do you think's going home next week? This is actually kind of tough. I'm not sure.
I'm going to say I think they cut Carolyn loose. Because she couldn't.
That's blasphemy, but okay.
I don't want to see her go, but if she makes a big scene, if I'm Carson and I'm Jam Jam, I'm like, okay, she's become too unstable for us to keep her around.
Yeah,
she's going to blow up our game, so we got to get rid of her. She's not going to win the challenge, right?
Nope.
No, but that's another reason to keep her. Is she's not going to take anything. She's not even.
But it's almost like that when.
She's mad at us. We
kick Debbie out. If you're worried about someone blowing up your game, even though they're in your alliance, you have to. Okay, they're not. She's not gonna keep her mouth shut I need to get rid of her.
Happens in the mafia all the time.
Exactly. Wiped out. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
She was supposed to be made.
You broke my heart, Carolyn.
You broke my heart.
Now go fishing.
I wonder if next week is finally Jamie's week. I'm going to go with Jamie because they really seem to not believe her.
Yeah, it could be Jamie.
It feels, yeah.
She's probably not going to win the challenge either. So,
yeah, there we go. Okay, so that leaves our Jamie.
You know what? I am just going to throw caution to the wind, and I am going to throw Lauren's name on there.
Ooh, okay. All right, there we have it. I have Jamie. Jamie has Lauren, and Jack has Carolyn. Bum-ba-da-dum.
Now, I lost my replacement winner's pick.
Oh, did you? I didn't even notice. Oh, that's right. It was Franny. Oh, shoot. Okay. So
I still have my original.
You still have your original, and I think that your originals go into the final 6 episodes. So I don't think you're going to be picking a new one anytime
It happens to me all the time.
All right. So Jamie, whoever you pick now, you'll get 5 points.
Okay.
5 points.
5 points.
That's
look
BS.
under the J rules. Under the J rules, she would have gotten like 1 point.
Yeah,
I like the 1 point. If it's your third pick, you should be getting like 1 point. But that's okay. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. We've learned something, and that is, if I don't have their name down for the winner's pick, don't vote on them for going home next week. I mean,
okay.
What I'm saying is, I can hold on to one for a vote or two, but I have not had a great track record.
So, who is your new winner's pick?
You know what? I'm going to go with Carson. I'm going to give it to little man Carson. He was one of the first loud people on Twitter before the season even started. He was one of the first to sell his merchandise. He's
and you know what? Carson was
merch.
Yeah.
Carson's listening to this podcast. Said, "No, don't pick me."
I know. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
I can't believe he has merch. Here, let me bring this back up so you can see Carson +5. Now it's interesting that you have Carson, Jack has Jam Jam, and I have Carolyn. And according to Mandy, we're spot on.
Misfit.
Well, to be fair, it took JB 3 tries to be.
That's very true.
It did.
Go Team Misfits.
It did. Hey, but you know what? 2 of my 3 picks are sitting on jury. So they're sitting there with a game face.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Well, then, there we are.
There we are.
Looking forward to talking to everybody next week. I'm going to say right now on the night of the finale, since that usually ends late, let's just plan on recording on May 25th, the Thursday, instead of staying awake. When
Sounds good to me because I can just watch it the next day.
There we go. But I'm going to put that out there now. I don't like going to bed late anymore. I know Jack doesn't like going to bed late anymore either.
No,
so
can't do it.
Plan on us talking about the finale on Thursday, May 25th.
Sounds good.
All right, there we are. Okay, any last thoughts? Otherwise, it's been a pleasure to talk to everyone. Thank you to everyone that joined us in the chat. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/JandJack. Thank you to the patrons that contribute a certain level. That'd be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thank you all so very much. We appreciate it. And if you have any feedback, SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. Give us some feedback. Come on. All right. Well, that's it. You can check out you can check out Jack on the Ramblecast After Dark, me on the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. And Jamie, where can they see you now that Survivor Australia talk is over?
Gearing up for Big Brother. That's going to be on Crazy Hank TV.
There we are. All righty. Well, on that note, everyone, thanks again. We will talk to you next week. My name is Colleen.
Jamie.
Jack.
Peace out, everybody.